Hello, 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 stranger.
How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's good to see you.
Great to see you as well. It's been a while.
Yeah, since February, we haven't seen each other.
Yeah, it's like most of the people in my world.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, again, just like when I see you, you are always like the light that lights up a film. The same could be said about this film and your performance in it.
Thank you.
Kind of going off that, your character Maya is in a lot of ways the light in Adam's life. Yet she herself has her own secrets that she's, kind of keeping from him. And in a weird way, it kind of reminded me a little bit of your character Emily from Waves. So my first question for you is: are you drawn towards complex characters that always have more to them than what initially meets the eye?
Uh, yes. Yes. I think I most of the stories it seems that I'm gravitated towards are about women who aren't who don't show the truth about themselves up front, and it's kind of like a peeling back or a learning process and them feeling comfortable at some point to tell the truth, or in this case the truth that being taken away from her and somebody coming into her world, which is, you know I guess similar kind of in terms of waves, but it's also very different. Um, and I love complex women. All the actors that I saw growing up that I wanted to be like, they were always conflicted, and I feel that way in my life. And I guess subconsciously, I choose women like that.
You become these characters that you play, and you can tell you pour your heart and soul into every single performance, which is one of the things that I always love about watching you on screen.
Thanks, Scott.
No problem. So in the film, Charlie Plummer, his character Adam is dealing with schizophrenia, very tragic and hard to understand disease, mental illness. Have you ever dealt directly with schizophrenia or any form of mental illness? And I'm not just talking about yourself personally, but maybe someone, family, friends, something like that to prep you for this part.
Um, in my immediate circle, no, I don't know anybody with schizophrenia. Um, I did a lot of research about it when we started, or before filming. Even when I was presented the project, I did my research, and then it felt like it was like a snowball. I kept on learning more and more and more, and it seemed like the people that I was around knew people that had schizophrenia, or somebody randomly would tell me about a story of a schizophrenic, and it felt like everything was kind of conspiring around me for me to understand it in a more complex fashion. Yeah, I know a lot of people with different mental illnesses like bipolar disorder and stuff, and they're all so different and so complex. Um, and I hope that people, when they watch this movie, that they can learn more about schizophrenia, because so many people deal with it, and we don't know that. Or I didn't know that. At least I can speak for myself.
I think what makes it such a scary mental illness is the fact that there's so much research being done about it, but there's no real clear reasoning as to why someone gets it, but also the fact that it triggers a lot of teenagers and young adults. Something that I don't think a lot of people know about, which I think is what makes this movie so special, is the fact that there's a lot of young adult love stories and things of that nature, but one that deals with a subject matter like this is very rare. And that's what makes this movie so stand out.
I agree. I mean, people are usually diagnosed between 16 and 25, which is kind of the sweet spot these characters are in. And you're right. I don't think a lot of people know that. And during filming, actually, I think all of the actors internally were questioning, like, okay, do I, would my son be diagnosed? He's 10, or would my brother be, or, I have a family member that is, and what age did that happen? So I think it does get you to shift your perspective.
I wanted to ask about the scenes in the film where Charlie's having the voices, where he's hearing the voices, where he's seeing those people around him. Um, what is that like for you to act in that scene where like you have to pretend like you don't see anyone else around you besides him?
Um, challenging, in terms of, like, I really enjoy all those actors that are playing his imaginary, who he can only see. So, and they're so funny. So a lot of the times I would be like, okay, I really need to just focus right now. I cannot laugh. I have to be present for Charlie. Um, but yeah, I don't know. They were a roller coaster. They were a roller coaster. It was really helpful, actually, being able to shoot the scene before just him and I, and having them read their lines off camera. So I got to know what that was. And then when they came in, it felt like, okay, well, I know how I would be with him, so I can stay stronger and more rooted than I maybe would have if we'd done it the other way around.
You pulled it off great. I watched that scene. There's the one in the bedroom, and I was kind of like wondering, like, how the hell you were able to keep such a straight face during all those voices going on around you in that scene.
I have
So.
no idea.
I know I got to wrap it up soon, but I need to ask because when we last spoke in February, you told me a little bit about this documentary short that you were working on, "The Heart Still Hums." Of course, I've been waiting for it to drop. Do you have any updates about it? And have you been doing anything else creative in quarantine?
Yeah, so with The Heart Still Hums, we are submitting to festivals right now. We just won Best Documentary Short at Palm Springs, which is really exciting. And I'm going to see where it goes and just keep submitting, and hopefully more people will be able to see it. There is exciting news that I can't share yet, but I think it'll come out later this year or early 2021. And yeah, I'm just so incredibly proud of it, and can't wait for people to see it. As for quarantine, I've kind of been, you know, just reading a lot, thinking about what stories I want to be a part of. I feel really clear in that way, which I'm really grateful for. And I think a lot of people right now, or a lot of people that I'm talking to at least, feel that the stories that they want to tell have a really clear vision behind them and a clear meaning, because there's not a lot that we can do. So it has to be creative and tactile, and have a strong message. So I'm excited for this shift. I think in our film world, I think a lot of things are going to change, and I'm happy to be a part of that. I think I'm a part of it, and I'm happy to hopefully continue to be.
You're definitely going to be a part of it. Don't you worry. As always, a pleasure to talk to you. I miss seeing you in person.
Yes.
And nothing but best of luck and lots of love to you. And I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Can't wait to see you again. And yeah, I hope you're staying well and safe.